All right, boys and girls, it's time to go. Prime time. And you've been really patient with me over these lessons, but it's time to see how we take this site that we've designed, our beautiful work of art, and give it to the rest of the world through FTP. It's actually quite simple, but it involves a process of getting with a service provider. So zip out that little phone directory and look for service providers and call them up and say, "Hi, I'm Andy from Wichita, Kansas, USA, and I would like you to host my site." They'll give you the information that you need, plus you get to give them money. Go up to the word site on the pull-down menu. Incidentally, this is the lesson where you get to sit back with a cup of coffee. There's no work folder here. I want to show you how I set up one of my sites. Again, in order for you to do this, you will have to have your own site information. But it does work the same. I'm going to show you this one right here. So you have your site set up probably already, and you would go to Edit. In Edit, we've already done this a million times. We've given it a name and told it the folder that represents that particular site. We want to go to Servers right here. This would be blank for you, right? For me, it's already there. So you'd click the plus sign right here or double click right in there to enter remote server information. I can double click on this to open it up. The information that you see, number one, is the server name. That can be anything you want. The default is remote server. I never change that. Connect using FTP, File Transfer Protocol. It's not really a secure way to work. It's not encoded. SFTP is. So if your service provider provides that service, you might want to switch into SFTP. Won't really change a whole lot how we do this. We could go local network, a web dev, or an RDS. We're going to stay FTP. That is the most common. Your address would go here, provided by the host. Port number, provided by the host. It's almost always 21. Your username and password go here, and we get to test this thing out right now to see if it works. So we click the test button. It goes out there and checks it out. Adobe Dreamweaver CS5 connected with the web server successfully. That's good news. Click OK. If you deselect Save right here, that just simply means that every time you go to move files, you will have to type your password in again. The root directory might be a specific place on their host server where you're directing your information. You could actually put that in once you've got the site set up, or they may have you directed somewhere, in which case they'd tell you. The web URL is actually put in by the information you put up here. You do have more options. If we click here, you have some options like passive FTP, IPv6 server if you're using that, proxy. You can click preferences right here. I do like the way Macromedia, and they're the ones that started this, gives you the ability in their programs to get back to preferences easily. And these are preferences that you can set up for your site if you want to change them. Down here you have FTP performance optimization. And that's a feature that just makes things go faster. If you can use it, leave it on. The alternate FTP move method should only be used if you're having trouble when you're moving files. And again, that can be a trial and error thing you can check out. If you're done with all of this, go ahead and click Save right here. Now you're actually really done, so go ahead and click Save again, and let's click Done. Where we want to go next, since we've got it set up, is looking at how exactly we do this. And we're going to do that through the Files panel. I love the Files panel. Click this button right here. Now that button will open it up and expand it, give us a bigger view of it. And there she is, in all her glory. On the left is the remote server. There's nothing there yet because we haven't, in a sense, plugged in. On the right is all the local files that make up our site. If we want to access it now, it's very easy because we got it set up. Anytime, any day or night you want to do this, you open this up and click this little button right here that looks like a plug. And when you click it, the plug comes together, it connects, and there you go. So now we have everything over here that's represented on the remote server, and of course that is the site that everybody gets to see. And then we have everything over here that we're using to make that site work. You'll notice there is more stuff on my side than the server side. There's things I don't transfer over there. To get something over there, let's say we want to move my index page. I just made some changes to it. That's actually this one down here. Let's say I made some changes and I want to get it over there. Well, you select just that one file if you want to do it this way. And then you come over here and you click this button right here, which is the Put button. And it will go out there and it will actually move it. It won't take very long. That's a small file. Notice some of the other files that are over here represent over here. If for whatever reason I want to move something from the remote server back, I can select it over here. And then I can click the Get button. And that will bring it back for me. Let's look at a few more things. For example, if you click this button right there, it's called Refresh. What that does is if you've made any changes to the files and folders It goes and checks that every, say, minute or even more than that. But if you want to make sure everything here is up to date, you click this button and it will refresh. Just make sure everything in those files, what you see here, is what you actually have. If you click this button right here, look down at the bottom of the screen where I have my properties area. If I click this button, it gives me the FTP log. Now this is the log of everything that's gone on with that particular site, things that I've moved, etc., etc. You have a few more things for like testing servers and repository files that we're not going to worry about. And of course you can always disconnect from the site by clicking this button, and you can access other sites that you're working on just by clicking here, assuming you have other sites. The Files panel does all this for you. That's why I really like it. It's very easy. Once the FTP is set up, it's a click of a button to move things around. So it's very easy to do. Let's go ahead and put that back down here. And we're ready to go on to the next segment.